Well, hello and welcome to the Internal Mobility Podcast, where we explore all of the ways for you to reach your potential here at Randstad while also making this giant company a little easier to know and understand. Today, our guest is Julie Benadum, and Julie is the Executive Vice President for Strategic Accounts. Thank you so much for being here, Julie.
Thanks for having me.
I'm particularly excited about your attendance because I think there's a bit of mystery in strategic and national accounts. For anybody that's ever wondered, what does SANA mean, S-A-N-A, that's strategic and national accounts. And that's the group that Julie leads in. So help us do away with some of that mystery. What kind of work do you guys get done in SANA?
That's a great question. And a lot of people ask that, Chris. So strategic and national accounts are responsible for the development and operational excellence of the largest accounts the company has in the US. So let me make that a little bit easier. So we have a group of accounts that are named after our great sales team goes and closes the deals, and they get handed over to us to go and develop those accounts to the maximum potential we can as a company. So we have account directors who own those client relationships to identify opportunities in those accounts that our field teams can work on, and to identify new things that we never considered. We also have client delivery managers who are responsible for field steering, so working with the field teams to really understand how to support the work, how to support the account, what are the rules of the engagement, and how to really be successful in supporting those accounts. So bring those two together. Our job is to find opportunities for our field recruiters to fill.
In Randstad's largest account portfolio.
That's right. And across all lines of business. So people commonly think about strategic accounts and national accounts being only in the RGS portfolio, but our team is responsible for that expansion and growth in every line of business.
So what are the common skills? I did a quick peek in strategic and national accounts has done a really good job of internal mobility. Like more than 60% of your positions over the last 4 years have come from our internal teams. So what are you looking for? When does somebody need to reach out to you because they suspect you may meet their career goals?
So it is true. We've had a large number of people move into our group. We like to say that coming to strategic accounts is a destination. We work on some really cool things and some great opportunities there. But what we're looking for in people within strategic and national accounts, so on account directors, we're looking for people who have had the opportunity to manage accounts at a very high level. Our accounts are very complex, so detail orientation is very, very important. Understanding that while in staffing, no 2 days are the same, in strategic accounts, no 2 hours are the same. And so being able to ebb and flow with the way the business runs, when a client throws a curveball at us, being able to be calm under pressure, be able to negotiate through those individual circumstances, and be able to come out to something that lets us win with the client and lets the client win too.
Just lit somebody up, Julie. Somebody out there just heard you and said, that's me. That's me. That's fantastic.
Exactly.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, but you're right, Chris. That is true. Our very best people come from those who are internal. On the client delivery side, they're focused on understanding VMS tools, understanding getting orders filled, understanding the flow that has to happen to get a talent from an application stage all the way through to successful placement, and ensuring that we meet all of our compliance guidelines. So there are so many transferable skills from what our teams are doing in the field.
Yeah, agreed. So a couple of years ago, I was taking a class at the London Business School, and my capstone project with my group ultimately became this, our internal mobility efforts. And you said something to me when I interviewed you while I was taking that course. And it was something to the effect of, when we make it about us, we're really stuck. And we were talking specifically about the pain a manager feels whenever they lose somebody. Could you unpack that statement a little bit for the greater group? Because I think it really underscores your commitment to our best people.
Yeah. You know, it is a really hard place to be as a leader when someone leaves your group, regardless of the circumstances. But if we're moving people within our own organization, we're taking the strength of what we have worked with those people for. We're elevating them into a role that gives them continued challenge and opportunity, not only for themselves to personally grow and develop, but to contribute at the company probably at a higher level. And so, as long as we are focused on keeping people within our own group and not allowing them to go other places, someone outside of our company is going to be looking for them.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to be open about that. We need to realize that it's not always about us, but we need to be about the company. So if we can keep the very best people challenged and growing in our company, we're going to continue to grow as an organization. We're going to continue to contribute more holistically to the company at every level.
It really has to be a part of how we do become the next best version of ourselves, right?
Exactly right.
If we don't feed our folks, somebody else will, and we then export those skills to the marketplace.
And all of that knowledge that someone has that they could leverage internally to help us take something to the next level. And maybe it's just giving them a different seat and allowing them to do that and get those creative juices flowing for them again.
Yeah. And institutional knowledge is a thing that just takes a lot of time when you're a complex company like we are.
That's exactly
and it really
right.
helps somebody to early success in new roles.
That's right.
All right. So, Julie, tell me what your favorite human forward moment has been over the last couple of weeks.
Do you know what? This one ties right into what we were just talking about, is the opportunity to move somebody within the organization. We've had an open position on our CDM team, and we did move somebody in through internal mobility, which is fantastic. But one of the best parts about this is the partnership that we have with the field leadership from where this person's coming from. So they reached out and said, hey, I know you've made an offer for this person on my team. We have a couple really big things coming up that we're going to need support on. Can we make sure that we're aligned? And while that seems very normal and natural, if this person were to have left the company, not only would we not have our role filled, but they would not have these great opportunities continuing to be covered. And so together, we're going to manage through the transition. We're going to ensure that they get their new accounts up and running, and that we can also get this person trained on our team as well.
Continuity. Beautiful.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I got to think too, when you have those successful transitions and you partner together, there's going to be an ACAR result for somebody down the road. We keep compounding those.
That's right.
And it really will be all clients, all Randstad.
That's exactly
Beautiful.
right. That's exactly right.
Well, Julie, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.